Hey, I got to get going here in a little bit, so let me see what time it is. Okay, got a movie tonight. You know, AMC. I don't promote businesses for free unless I'm real passionate about it. You know, feel good about it. But old AMC theaters, they let you rent out the theater now. They don't up their price now, but if it's your whole family, then it still work out. So we invited the family and stuff. I think 40 people could go in there, and I think it was like $400. So if you're gonna have a whole 40, it's like still $10 a person. But it's just your friends and family. So we got that tonight. But listen to me. Listen to me. My son, this is really weird. But my son now is 14 years old. He been Googling me. And just learning a different side of me because he just know his dad. He don't really know the online. He don't really know my reach, and he don't really know that I've reached millions of people in his lifetime. And so he Googled me and he find old pictures online. He find all kind of stuff. And he said last night it's very fascinating to him. Now, my wife got on to him because I don't Google myself. I don't read comments about myself. I don't read blogs about myself because I don't want to get caught up in that. And I was on TikTok, which I did not want to get on TikTok, but I've been getting asked over and over and over and over because people using my videos on there. So I got on there. My page is Tony Gaskins Jr. Official, long old name, I think. And I saw somebody tag me on something. And this has been happening to me since the beginning of my career. Is people will put my name in the same sentence with other men who speak on relationships. And listen, when you say my name, you got to make sure you saying my name the right way. And you got to make sure that my name in the right sentence. Because you don't put Jesus and Judas in the same sentence. You don't put, Michael Jordan and Alex Caruso in the same sentence. You not finna put Babyface and Eminem in the same sentence. You have to make sure that when you say somebody's name, you putting it in a sentence with somebody who represent the same thing they represent. So when I think of love and relationships and the guys I've seen that got over 1 million followers online, the one guy cheated on his wife in the height of his career. And it was multiple women that came out. And it wasn't from 10, 15 years ago. It was from that period in time and the year before. The other guy, 2 failed marriages. The other guy, he done stopped speaking on love relationship, but he on his 3rd marriage. The other guy is single, don't show a wife. Ain't none of that me. Ain't none of that me. I'm with one woman. I'm faithful to that woman. That woman is my wife. That woman is the mother to my only 2 kids. I married her when I turned 23. I was 23 and 22 days old. Right after I turned 23, I got married. I'm 37 years old. So I'm technically, by definition, a millennial. And I'm going on 15 years of marriage. March 30th will make 15 years of marriage. Okay? The mistakes that I made in my life, I put them in a book. I put them in books to help other people. When I started doing this, I was 22 years old. It was 2007. All I had was the school-connected Facebook. Did not have Twitter. Did not have Instagram. Did not have Facebook business page. Did not have YouTube. I got on Twitter in 2009. After I went on Oprah and Tyra Banks that I got myself on to expose myself, to tell my story. Nobody had to tell my story for me. Nobody had to expose me. Nobody had to come out with a scandal on me. I told my own story. You can't use what I told you against me, like you found it out doing research on your own. If I told you, that means it's a testimony. If somebody else came out with truth, then that would mean there was a skeleton in the closet and that I'm living a lie. So the mistakes I've made, I tell about it. That's a difference right there in itself. I'm also living what I teach. So when you say my name, make sure you don't put my name in a sentence with somebody who ain't living like I'm living, who ain't married like I'm married, who wife ain't happy like my wife happy, who ain't with the mother of all their kids. Don't put my name there. Don't put my name beside somebody who didn't start this before clout could even be achieved. If they jumped on the bandwagon because they saw my name floating online and they saw me sitting, driving and talking, and you see the Maserati symbol on the seat, and they thought that was from relationship coaching, which it was not. It was from a business deal I did for my film production company. That was a 7-figure deal. When I did that deal, I put $50,000 down on a Maserati. It had nothing to do with relationship coaching. You see what I'm telling you? When I got on a private jet and I posted a picture with me and my daddy getting on a jet, the jet card, the jet membership came from a real estate deal of a house that was flipped. Had nothing to do with relationship coaching. But see, I'm going to tell you that it is my fault that we got fakes that's speaking on love and relationships, because they could see certain things. And I don't show 90% of my life, of my blessings. I don't show 90% of it. You may see 10%, and that's by default. It ain't about flexing. It ain't about showing off. It's not about leading with a lifestyle to sell you on a course. When you go to TonyGaskinsAcademy.com, one thing you're going to see is any course, even courses that will have a return on investment, I do not mention money I've made. I do not show you in the sales video money. I do not show you cars. I do not show you jets. I do not show you mansions to sell you on a course. I tell you what is in the course and what I'm going to teach you on the course. See, you got to understand the difference between a charlatan and a real true messenger. But our world is so blind that we lump everybody in and put everybody in the same pot, stir us up like it's a potluck when we cut from totally different cloths. Please, if you're going to speak on my name, or if you hear somebody speak on my name, make sure they got it right. Make sure they saying my name right. Make sure they telling my story right. And make sure they know that everything they know about me is because it come out my mouth and not from a tabloid, not from a blog site, not from a scandal. Make sure they know it's because it come out my mouth. So you can't use what I done told you against me, because that's my testimony. So understand the difference and stop putting my name in the same sentence with men who are living as a fraud. Men who still making the same mistakes that we made as 20-year-olds. I made the mistakes. In my marriage, me and my wife, our first 2 years, we struggled trying to get to know each other, figuring out if we want to be married, dealing in and out. We struggle. But you know what? We treat our relationship like a house. So we take care, we pay our dues, we mow our grass, we keep our doors locked, and we take care of business. We handle business. And so that's why we ain't had no long, drawn out. We ain't going through no affairs to where somebody thinking that she finna divorce me or I'm finna divorce her for them. We ain't had to go through all of that, because when we got in a place to where we were weak or where we were deceived, we dealt with it. We learned from it. And anything you know about, it's in a book. That's a testimony. And that's what you got to understand. So please, when you hear somebody talking about me, make sure they got their facts straight. Because some people just fly by night. They ain't even listen to a video. They don't know what they talking about. They don't know what they talking about. But they just saying stuff. They just saying stuff. And this one thing right here, it ain't even about me. My thing is that I'm bringing a message that's inspired by God. That's purpose-based. I don't even want to be talking on love and relationship, but I have to, because if I remove my voice, there'll be a void, because it's not a lot of men that's speaking on love and relationships that actually are married in their first marriage, that they have maintained and kept happy and healthy with a happy wife and who living what they teaching. A lot of the men who speaking on love and relationships are single, sleeping around, or they hiding their wife, or they cheating on their wife. And I don't want to be fooled up with that. Don't put my name in that. Don't put my name in that. Because I told you, if somebody come out with a receipt on me, the ink's so old you can't even read the receipt, because I done changed my life. When God really elevated me, I got my life all the way right. I got all my little hiccups and everything out the way, because I knew that I can't play with a platform. So understand this right here. If they gonna say my name, and if you gonna say my name, make sure you know my story, because I done told it 1,000 times over. And guess what? Every time I tell it, it's the same facts every time. So understand that, and don't play with my name. Don't play with my name, because I'm not representing me. I'm just a messenger. So when you play with it and you lumping in with guys who ain't living right and doing right, you messing up the message. So get that right. And to my supporters, I appreciate you, because my son found something on YouTube I knew nothing about. And he was like, you know, but he said, Dad, it was 67 comments and 65 of them was in support of you. I say, praise God. Thank you, son. And don't show me that no more. Don't show me nothing else like that. I don't search stuff like that, because I can't get caught up in what people saying. And then I seen somebody mention my name on the raggedy TikTok. And then somebody was talking about, yeah, Tony Gaskins the only one you could listen to, but he was a dog. How you know I was a dog? Because I told you. And why did I say dog? Because I exaggerate the point so that you don't confuse me for a knight in shining armor. But you don't know I was a dog because somebody told you that. You don't know I was a dog because of a blog post. You don't know I was a dog because of a scandal. You know I was a dog because that's the term I choose to use. But if I tell you what I actually was, people will be like, oh, yeah, that ain't nothing. You ain't do nothing. That's what every man do. That's what every man go through. Remember, I met my wife at 21. You can't be but so much of a dog from the age of 18 to 21. So dog is getting a woman pregnant and running off on her. Dog is not taking care of your kids. Dog is lying to a woman, deceiving her, getting her to marry you, and then having to go through a divorce, second divorce, third divorce. That's really what a dog is. I say dog out of humility. But honestly, what I was a young man from the age of 16 looking for my wife. But I did not know what it was to be a man, and I did not know what a wife looked like. That's why I say dog. So don't get it twisted when I say I was a dog. And don't put my name in the sentence with these men who not married, or with the men who married and they hiding their wife, and the men who married and their wife ain't happy. Get my name straight, because you messing with the message of the Lord. Because this right here, what I'm doing is to help and to heal. I'm not pandering to women. I'm not pandering to men. See, some of the men who bashing women, they pandering to men because they want the support of men. And then some of the men who bashing men, they pandering to women. I call it straight down the middle. I'm an umpire. I tell it like it is. So I'm going to step on my toes, and I'm going to step on everybody else's toes, because at the end of the day, it's about the truth. It ain't about picking sides. It's about the truth that's going to build happy and healthy households. And you know why? Because I'm living in one, with a happy wife, with a 14-year-old and with a 7-year-old who both have straight A's and no behavior issues in school. So I see the benefits of a good man being in his home and doing what he's supposed to do. Not masturbating, not watching pornography, not being in adultery, not lying, cheating, deceiving, manipulating, controlling. I am living the lifestyle, and I see the benefits, and that's why I speak on what I speak on. So you got to understand what I'm doing. It ain't about the money for relationships. Because if anybody know and everybody know, it ain't a whole lot of money, not the money that I'm trying to get to. And that's why I started 13 companies that break down into over 50 streams of income so that I could take care of my family and yet still serve my purpose, whether money is attached to it or not. Ask Upper Iowa University that asked me to come speak on Martin Luther King, January 17th, how much they paying me. $0. Ask them if they booking my flights. No. Ask them if they paying for my hotel. No. So while a lot of speakers out here speaking for money, I speak for free if I believe in the event or what's being put on, if it means something to me. So the opportunity to go speak to the youth, the black youth at this school, I'm doing that for free. So you got to understand, when you serve purpose, God gonna take care of you. You ain't got to do what you're doing just for money. So understand that right there. And to those of y'all who keep my name correct, and when people hating and people saying stupid stuff, trying to lump me in with this guy who cheating on his wife, this guy who done had 2 failed marriages, this guy who on his 3rd marriage, this guy who's single as a dollar bill, but writing books to women about how they can attract a husband, and people put my name in the sentence with them, and you check them on that, I appreciate you. I thank you. And I'm praying blessings and favor over your life. And one thing I'm guaranteeing you is that my mistakes, and even if somebody come out from the other end of my mistakes and want to tell their story, one thing I'm guaranteeing you is that they are in the past. And when I say more than a decade, you hear me? That's what I mean by past. I don't mean my mistakes is in 2020. I don't mean 2019, 2018, 2017. I don't mean that. I mean, I was a whole nother way young man, and now I'm a grown man. You hear me? And one thing that I could guarantee you is that I get to decide what I do with my body, what I do on a text message, what I do on my phone, and what I'm choosing is faithfulness. So you ain't got to worry about no present danger. You ain't got to worry about no present scandal. No recent scandal. You ain't got to worry about no scandal. You ain't got to worry about no woman coming out and saying, Tony told me that he wanted to be with me, that he wasn't married, that he led me on and he was sleeping with me and we were together for 6 months. And then I found out he was married and we were in a hole and we went on vacation. You ain't got to worry about none of that with me. Do you hear me? You ain't got to worry about no man coming out, because some of these guys, it's going to be men coming out on them. You ain't got to worry about no dog or no cat coming out. You hear me? What you got to worry about is the fakes and the frauds that's doing it for the clout and the fame. And do not get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. I'm not one of them. So please keep my name right. And if you don't know my story, keep my name out your mouth. Hey, this Tony Gaskins. God bless you. We'll talk soon.